This week on Taste Utah, we're heading east to visit Summit Pizzaco, where wife and husband duo Marcine and Dan Littledike purchased the historic Summit Hotel building in Kamas in 1989. With over 40 years of experience making pizza, the flagship location of Summit Pizzaco was born. They're passionate about creating a pizza that fuses their impeccable crust, sauces, cheese, and fresh toppings into the perfect bite every single time you sink your teeth into their phenomenal pizza. Then we travel to West Jordan and visit Rna Hydroponics, where another outstanding husband and wife team, Ron and Anita Murphy, decided to retire into the farming business. They're working to master the science and art of hydroponic farming to grow fresh produce in their greenhouse so they can keep all you Salt Lake City Taste Utah foodies out there munching on fresh greens all year long. Taste Utah is more than your typical food show. It's about local flavor, from roots through authentically Utah restaurants. It's the people and the places that make Utah a dining destination. There's so much soil and earth to uncover and still so many great Utah restaurants to savor. We bring you the stories and we spread the love. The best thing about Utah, the views along the way, they're not bad either. We're not afraid to get our hands just a little dirty. Food is a necessity. It's how we create it and share it and experience it together that truly shapes our community. Whether you're choosing to dine in our dining rooms, order to go, or get delivery, you always have a seat at this table. Are you ready to taste Utah?
We're in Kamas. Kamas is the gateway to the Uintas. It's a little city just east of Park City. I'm taking you to Summit Pizza Company, where they are doing extraordinary things with pizza. I hear they even have Dole Whip, people. We're about to check it out. You ready to get your taste on? Let's make it happen. Hi, Dan.
Hello, Katy. How are you?
I am so beyond thrilled to be here right now. It's been a drive from Salt Lake City up to Kamas.
Thank you for coming.
Well, thank you. It's beautiful. I can't wait to talk to you and sink my teeth into some of this pizza I've heard so many wonderful things about.
Well, we have some classic pizzas for you, as well as some of our side dishes.
All right.
That we want you to try, and I guarantee your taste buds will be popping.
Okay, good. Well, twist my arm. Let's do it.
You can come in. I've got it all set up.
Lead
for
the
you.
way. Dan, when you said you had some things waiting for us at the table, you were definitely not pulling my leg. This looks like an amazing spread that you've created.
The one in front of you is our classic margarita.
Okay.
It's thin crust, crushed tomatoes, fresh mozzarella,
Love it.
and then olive oil on top with some basil.
And then this one right in front of you is a little special significance for you?
It is. It's
Yeah.
my favorite. That we call it the Dan's Request.
Okay.
And it's pepperoni, sausage, green pepper, and onion.
Okay.
And then we have the chicken pesto
Okay.
with the balsamic drizzle on top to give you a little bit of vinegary, sweet, so it hits all parts of your tongue.
I love that. And is that a red sauce on the bottom or is it pesto?
Pesto.
And you're making the sauce in-house?
We are.
What's the process of making the dough like?
We start with a special flour that's made here in Utah. We mix it the old-fashioned way. Our mixer is from Italy.
Nice.
It introduces more air than a planetary mixer. And then we let it sit for 1 to 2, sometimes 3 days
Wow.
to let it age slowly. And that's what gives it the flavor.
You mentioned that you're using local flour. Where are you getting it from?
Yes, from Richmond, Gild Edge Flour Mills, and up there, and they make an awesome flour.
That is wonderful. I always love to give credit to our artisans and our craftsmen
Yes.
who are doing this amazing labor of love, because without their flour, which is made specifically how you want it, you don't get the same result.
It costs us more. You can taste it in your mouth.
And you're located in this beautiful historic building in Kamas. Talk to us a little bit about that.
This is a great old building. This was originally designed as a hotel in 1892.
Okay.
A widow had enough money from her husband passing away that she built it and raised her 7 kids. She worked her guts out raising those kids and running this place for her whole life, but we still have a lot of her descendants come in and say, oh, my great-grandma used to run this place.
Aww.
And a lot of history.
When you drive up to the building, it feels like you're celebrating something uniquely Kamas, because Kamas is such a special city. It really is the gateway to the Uintas.
It is.
And you're bringing this new, delicious, wonderful artisan-style pizza to the city, but you're still creating and holding sacred the infrastructure, the roots that make this place so special.
We hope so.
Yeah.
That's our goal.
So Dan, I love to see all of the effort, and I love to show the consumer all of the effort that goes into what you're crafting here. Would it be okay if we headed into the kitchen and maybe you could show me how you're crafting all this goodness?
Absolutely.
Yay.
Love to show you.
Okay, let's do
Come on,
it.
let's go.
Dan, it's a working kitchen, it's loud, you're very popular and in demand, so we'll be quick about it, but from here, there's a process that even happens one step before we get to this with the pizza, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
We take the dough balls,
Okay.
we flatten them and put them in a non-stick flour,
Okay.
and then run them through our sheeter machine.
Great.
That gets it the right diameter, and then just prepares it to this point,
Okay.
and where we're ready to go.
This dough has been aged for about 2 days.
2 days.
Okay, perfect.
This one is going to be a chicken bacon ranch.
I had no
pizza.
idea when it was being formed 2 days
Nope,
ago,
it
because
had-
this was its life calling.
And now it's given it the calling.
I love it.
So,
Okay.
So as we make it, we use our homemade ranch dressing.
Oh wow, so you're actually putting ranch down as the sauce.
Yep. And our ranch dressing is stable through the oven.
Moving on.
And chicken. And
You're measuring everything to be precise, because this is how you can make sure every bite tastes the same every time someone orders this pizza.
This way they get the same consistent pizza every time.
All right, perfect. So we've got mushrooms down, we've got
Mushrooms.
chicken, we've got ranch.
Ranch and red onions.
Now we're getting some red onions. Now, are you
And-
slicing all your vegetables
Yes.
in-house as well?
You bet.
Next.
And next, the cheese.
Now, the big question is, are you grating this cheese yourself?
We are. We're taking the bricks
Okay.
and grating them.
I always like to point this out because it's an extra step in your process, and a step that you don't need to choose to make, because there's plenty of product out there that will bring you cheese
That is-
shredded. However, a shredded cheese typically has some kind of preservative agent on it, because the
does.
second you cut something or slice something or shred something, it starts to age it in a way where it's use-state.
And it sticks together, so
Yep.
they put anti-caking agent, it's called, which is a combination of flour and breadcrumbs, fine breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
And they mix it in with it so that it doesn't clump back together again. But it does affect the baking.
Some of those anti-caking agents, though that one is all natural, are not necessarily all natural. So it's an amazing
That is correct.
endeavor to say we are grating this cheese fresh for our guest.
And the graters are expensive and they take time and labor, but it's okay.
And you just mixed in some bacon?
We mixed in ground bacon,
Oh, too good. This is like,
and that is a chicken bacon ranch.
oh, it's beautiful. Now it's just gonna go in the oven and we'll see it on the other side.
Correct.
Oh my gosh. Dan, this has just been so amazing. It's just such an extraordinary experience to know you and learn from you and just show you off, because you're authentically Utah, and this is a do not miss dining opportunity.
Thank you for the opportunity. It's wonderful to have you here.
Oh my gosh.
I appreciate that.
It's been a pleasure. So you put that in and I'll see you on the other side.
Okay.
Okay. We're in West Jordan. Yes, it looks like we're in someone's backyard because we are. We're at Rna Hydroponics. They're creating a year-round fresh produce experience, especially for you. You can find them at farmers markets. You can even find them at some local restaurants. We're gonna learn what hydroponics really means and entails. I'm excited to show you. You ready to go? Ron, Anita.
Hi, Katy.
Oh, it's so great to see you.
Yeah, thanks for coming out.
I mean, it's pretty inconspicuous, right? You just pull up to a house, but you have a whole hydroponic setup going on.
We do. It's about 4,200 square feet.
Okay.
It was built about 3 years ago. We do the Wheeler Market on Sundays,
Okay.
Downtown Market on Saturdays, and we're planning on being at the Winter Market this year.
Awesome, and you're already talking to chefs to sort of get into rotation so that consumers can taste you through the hands of chef.
Yes.
Well, let us go see what's inside.
Okay.
Awesome.
Wonderful. Ron, Anita, this is a pretty cool setup that you have. So it's a little noisy in the hydroponic house because you always have to have that water flow. Is that correct?
That's
Yes.
correct.
So is that what we're hearing?
That and the pump.
Yeah, the pump is a big pump that runs 24/7,
Okay.
and it's a little noisy.
It's what sustains the garden.
Yes.
So talk to us a little bit about what hydroponic is. It's sort of this new, I would say, up and coming technology. You have a lot of people that are using it. You still have a lot of people that aren't. What is the difference between an operation like this or planting in soil?
Basically just that.
Okay.
Just we grow without dirt. And that's what makes hydroponics. There's several different systems. You can grow in what is called a coco core, which is just simply coconut husk. Or you can grow in perlite, which is added into a lot of different things. A lot of different systems within hydroponics. What we have here is a nutrient film transfer system, or an NFT, and it's just water and nutrients, and the plants get it 24/7.
When we think about even this summer and the lack of rain, the dryness, the drought, so many farmers and ranchers really struggled because there's all of these elements within Mother Nature that make it very difficult to control for. But here, it seems like you can kind of control for everything.
To a large degree, I mean, we still have to use a computer to manage our temperatures, the humidity. Even in a greenhouse, you can come in and everything, you can lose it just within a matter of hours if you don't have everything regulated.
Yeah, we also have to follow our pH. Lettuce
Yes.
deserves a certain pH. Most water is about a 7, which is neutral.
Okay.
And ours runs a little high here, so we have to pull it down and balance it to about a 6 is where we like to keep it. And then we also have to add nutrients to it to give it what it needs to grow.
Yeah. What inspired you to take on a project like this?
We had a small backyard garden in our house in Sandy.
Okay.
And it was about 20 by 40. And we decided we wanted to go to the farmer's market, but we needed to grow more. So we got into a vertical hydroponic system using coco core and pots. And we were able to produce a lot more. But at some point we thought that I would like to retire from my job at 30 years.
Yeah.
And do this, less stress, work for ourselves. And we just started looking, and this property came available, so we just decided to go.
You have really manifested a beautiful experience for yourself.
Thank you.
Yeah,
we love it. Yeah.
It's a steep learning curve,
Yeah.
but we're getting there.
Yeah,
So
this is-
we're excited.
A different phase in our life, and we're really happy. We've been very content the last few months doing this.
I love it. Well, you're both wearing these shirts. Let us talk about hydroponics. Which
Yes.
I'm all about bad puns and good puns and like nutritious puns, which this is, right? But you're saying that this is sort of the system. So do you want to break it down?
Well, you can see it's a lot of people will think of it as a rain gutter system or a downspout rain gutter system.
Okay.
It's got channels, and as you can see, there's different channels, and then the water runs underneath, which you can kind of see here.
I love it.
The plants are on top, and the water's on the bottom, and the roots grow into the water, which is a nutrient-rich solution, and the roots will get long. We actually have sold cilantro roots to Asian restaurants already.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, something we had never heard of, but they were not really interested in our cilantro plant. They wanted the roots.
I mean, isn't that what farming and food and community is all about? It's like we're feeding each other in so many different ways, and sometimes that's with information and someone saying like, no, that's not garbage. That's something really special that because you weren't exposed to that growing up, you may not know. But that's what food is. It not only tells a story, but it educates people about how to truly sustain ourselves and sustain the environments around us when we listen to the plants. And I know that sounds like crazy. Ooh, woo, woo, Katie, listen to the plants, but
but we do. We have to follow and see where they're going. If something doesn't sprout within a week or two, we just have to get rid of it.
Figure out what the problem was. It the seed? Was it too much nutrient? Was not enough, so we have to watch them every day and every stage.
Well, this has been so interesting to learn about the beginning of the process. I feel like I've graduated in my knowledge. Can we graduate to the next round and check in on those elementary school kids? See how rebellious they're being over there? Okay, let's do it. All right, so this is our next iteration from what we've seen, and you're actually in the plants, which of course is perfect. You've grown yourselves really well.
Thank you.
Talk to us a little bit about this process.
This is baby arugula.
Yum.
And the process, you go from the nursery, that's in all the little cubes, then you take the cubes apart.
I mean, that is so amazing. Little root system, the whole thing.
So we'll just take them and we'll move them into these trays of 72. And give them a couple of weeks to grow with the water and the nutrients again.
And these holes are pretty close together because they want to be by each other.
They need the support of each other to grow and
that is so
go to the next level.
And the root systems are completely exposed. You can see when you pull them out. So that's like if you were to pull a plant out of the soil, you would see a little clump of soil and you'd see the root system.
Exactly. Same.
And you're recycling the water. That's something to really keep in mind, that it's sort of a very specific and intentional ecosystem that is continuing to fuel itself.
Yes, we use, some studies say, up to 70% less water than if you were to grow the equal amount of arugula in the ground.
Oh, that's so fascinating.
Because the plants don't have to, the roots don't have to go out and find the water resources.
You're just bringing it to them.
We're bringing it to them.
We go from here now to...
No, from here we go to a finishing channel, which is another up to 2 weeks.
Up to 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then to market.
And then to market.
Okay, let's go to that finishing channel. Is that cool? All right, awesome. So this is the final product.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the finishing school. I can see how polite these plants are already.
Yes.
And I'm loving it. And they're so beautiful.
This is called oak leaf.
Okay.
And it's a baby head, a smaller one.
Okay.
And this is about almost 6 weeks out, so it's ready to harvest.
Look at that root system. That's pretty remarkable.
Isn't it something?
Oh, it's so beautiful. I mean, it's kind of like what you imagine like a tree would look like if you were to just like reach down and pull it out of the earth. So talk to us a little bit about where people can find you.
Right now at Gardner Village, we are at the Happy Camper Deli and Bakery.
Okay.
Mark's been buying from us all that we can give him.
Yes.
So if you're
Classic
there,
restaurant chef, they will always do that. They want as much as you can sustain them.
So there, and then we have a distributor that has a co-op that we supply, and then we're working with another chef, hopefully to get into some other restaurants locally soon.
There's some space here to grow, which is really cool. I know that the consumer always wants to know where they can buy local and where they can get delicious produce year round. But restaurant chefs want to know that too, because they prefer local and they prefer to be able to source year round. It helps them be able to keep consistent menu items on their menu. And I know, people like to know who and where they can go to. So RNA's got some retail space for any restaurant that may want to come and have a convo.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're also at Wheeler and downtown markets
Okay.
during the summer months, and we will be at the winter downtown market as well this year.
Awesome. Now, can I just taste some lettuce?
Oh, please.
Yes.
I just can go in and choose?
Just
Go ahead.
get one.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, this guy's calling me. Come here, little buddy. Thank you. Ooh. I mean, that's beautiful in and of itself. Moisture content like that crunch, you can't bake that. When you go to the grocery store, they're doing the best they can. They are getting great fresh produce, it's not a dig at the grocery store, but there is nothing like pulling fresh produce from the soil or from the hydroponic row and enjoying it. So I mean, that is extraordinary. This has just been such an educational and fun experience. I mean, to retire into feeding people is such a gift. So thank you for that. And just thank you for your time, your love, your care, your energy. And I mean, hopefully you see a lot of friends at the farmer's market that say, Ron and Anita, saw you on Taste Utah, and you're doing amazing things.
Oh, thank you.
We hope so.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you for
most
coming
welcome.
out.
Cheers.